piece of the puzzle, Ronnie's scoring in this match, and it's hard to believe that he hasn't made a century either in this match or indeed in the semi-final. Last one was in his quarter-final match, so that's gone missing. Good to see it back from Ronnie's point of view.
Yeah, very much so. And then that was the type of frame we were talking about. Judd made a miss there, but the rest, and Ronnie played no miss snooker. Unfortunately for Ronnie, the frame before, Judd didn't play ball and made an 88. So, as I say, Judd's just playing too well for me just to have a collapse here.
Yes, I know that snooker fans will know that he has given up some winning positions in the past and some quite dramatic climb downs, really, from winning positions, Steve. But does he seem in that kind of mentality at the moment to relinquish a big lead like this?
No, he doesn't, but Ronnie O'Sullivan's doing what only he can do. He's basically asked the next question, can Judd win this frame? And if he does show some weakness, Ronnie's saying, well, I'm here. I'm not going away, and I've started to play a bit. So he's putting a little bit of heat on, as much as he possibly can do from that far behind.
It is significant, though, when you look back in the matches between these guys, and this is the 8th final they've played. Judd actually has the winning record, 4 wins in finals to Ronnie's 3. One or other of them has always made a run at each other. They've always put together a run of 4 or 5 frames in these finals, haven't they?
Yeah, because they're so talented and they can do that, Hazel. It's, they can win in tranches of 3s and 4s. So, Ronnie fans will be hoping for one of those, but Judd's got to do what he did there, which was miss one.
This is the last before the interval.
Yeah, totally agree with the boys in the shootout. Ronnie can only do what he can do. Try and win the frame from one visit, and what a massive frame this is, Dennis. Last one before the mid-session interval. If Ronnie wins it, he has a chance. If he loses it, he's got to win 7 in a row. You can't really see Judd losing from there, but at A4, it's definitely possible.
And it's possible he might be able to put this red into the right middle pocket and get onto the black. That's definitely worth the risk. Not quite. I wonder would Judd be tempted by a double here. There's a red at the back and to the left. I don't know if he can get past the blue to see that red, but there's one at the back. Now, he hasn't took many risks. Wonder will he try the double here. He's thinking about it, but he knows he's got a straightforward safety shot. The safety area is now behind the black because of the 2 reds up the other end. He has taken the double on, but not quite.
Yeah, playing as a
Thank you, that'll do.
shot to nothing. Wasn't leaving anything. And Ronnie will be just got to be careful here. He's going to screw the right-hand side of that pack of reds. You would feel cue ball back behind the black. He's got to get it tight to the top cushion. And he's got to hope that the red doesn't pop over one of the middle pockets. Yeah. That's not too bad. Yeah, good shot. Close to the top cushion as possible, which stops his opponent, Judd Trump, trying to play the same shot.
Well, neither of these players would have wanted this to have happened. There's now 4 reds up the other end of the table. It's just one of those awkward situations. And Ronnie, especially after the way he finished the last frame, would have liked to have got in with a chance, but there's going to be a little bit of cat and mouse here.
Remember quite a few years ago in the charity challenge, Ronnie O'Sullivan was 8-2 down to Stephen Hendry in the final, first to 9, pulled back to 8-all. And Stephen Hendry incredibly made a 147 in the final frame. What a final that was. And sometimes you, as a player, Dennis, you sort of relive those moments, don't you?
Yeah.
You remember them.
I remember that well. Ken, I played in that because the players raised an awful lot of money for charities. In fact, I got 40,000 for the Motor Neuron Society that particular year. I think it was the semi-final I got to. Yeah. A little bit of a stalemate. Possibility of a re-rack, but not just yet.
Maybe a tempter of a red into this. But he's got to be careful.
Well, there's an interesting spectator. Stephen L. Sharaway plays for Roma. Oh, careful. Wow, he enjoyed that. He's a great fan of Ronnie and Judd, and he scored the winner against Torino yesterday and has flown in specially. Has a table at home, highest break 48. He'd like to see a comeback.
Eight. Nine.
Well, it sort of wobbled that black, but
16.
safely in. Great opening red.
70.
Cue ball very close to the red. The first shot was a fresh air, wasn't it, Dennis?
Yeah. Of course, you can have a fresh air shot at snooker, not at golf. He didn't get into that one at all. I mean, he had a lot
24.
of margin for error, and look, anywhere another 6 inches, he had a red to the middle, a red to the right. It still cuts in this one, but he certainly made it more difficult for himself.
Bit unlucky. Could have been a kinder kiss on the red coming off that cushion. The red has blocked the path of the pink to the left centre. Blue doesn't pot into the top left hand corner pocket. So difficult cut on this black, and he's hampered slightly with that red. Got to be careful here. This is missable. Big shot.
Oh, not quite. I think that red that he was leaning over was
25.
a distraction for him. But it was a couple of shots ago when he didn't get on the choice of reds. It was a good attempt.
One.
And he's got an 8-3 lead. This is a huge frame for Judd Trump, because to go to the mid-session interval 9-3 up, you couldn't see him losing. 8-4, that's a different ball game.
Well, what a shot he's played there. Took the opportunity to go into the pack. Could have been a little bit nicer. Okay, this red has come over the bottom right hand corner pocket, but slightly hampered. Good shot.
9.
Nicely on the black. red to the right centre, maybe his
16.
preference. Back down for the black.
17.
And that shot on the black has brought all the reds into play. Okay, there's a red just past the right centre on the cushion, but you won't be worried about that just now. Something in the crowd just disturbing him.
$24. $25.
As well as his brother Jack being here. His mum and dad arrived as well. Seen them earlier today. And what a moment this would be if he could lift his first Masters, but they're in the audience there. What a moment it would be for them also.
31. $32.
Yeah, I spoke to Jack today before the match started, and he said he'd never seen Judd so relaxed and confident. So much looking forward to the beginning of this match, and that was obviously very evident in those
39.
opening frames. First session, he couldn't have played much better.
40.
Yeah, I think as I said this afternoon, I thought this was going to be a fast match, and I was hoping it was going to be a close match, but Judd put paid to that, the way he performed.
Lovely shot. Didn't have to play for that red.
46.
Would have been a lot easier to play for the red and balk there, but chose to play a more difficult positional shot.
47.
Had a look at the scores a couple of times. 22 ahead. Pink will be 28. So he will need one of the more difficult reds, the one to the close to the right hand side middle, the one on the
53.
closest to the left hand cushion as well.
Just wondering, Ken, if he might try and bring that difficult red out here. He's got an angle to cannon that, and he'd finish on the blue. If he gets the cannon, he's just making sure of the red and getting nicely onto the black.
54.
You can see him still counting in his mind. Black will put him 36 points ahead. Red and another black. Well, pink would be enough, but
It's as if he's going to play a cannon onto the yellow the way he was queuing up. If he pots the black and gets the white just to the right of the yellow, in between the yellow and brown, would be perfect. Yep, he's changed his mind. He went down to look, but he's left the slightly more difficult red now.
I think he's worked this out very well, Dennis.
61.
He knows he's got a nice angle on this red. He'll be coming back down for black, so you need red and black to be 44 ahead with 43 on the table. He's got the red. Is he on the black?
62.
Not on the black. He's on the blue to the right centre. He's on the pink to the left corner. Pink will put him 43 points ahead with still 43 remaining. Probably worth taking the pink here.
$68. Judd Trump, 68.
That's a fine effort from Judd Trump there, especially with the two reds as they are. How do you get two reds and two blacks from that position? Where's the red going to finish?
Great pot.
One.
And that will stop Ronnie O'Sullivan, I'm sure, coming back to the table. 44 points behind, 35 just remaining.
One in the frame.
Yeah, Ronnie
Judd
O'Sullivan
Trump.
says enough, and another frame on the board for Judd Trump. He's only one away from his first Masters title. He leads Ronnie O'Sullivan now by 9 frames to 3.